Hey everybody, Anthony Dodge, Model Train Outsider, the Märklin Outsider here. Kyan, what's this?
Box!
And what's in the box?
Train!
And what are we going to do with this box?
Open it!
Right after this. Roll the titles. Hey everybody, Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, the Märklin Outsider, back with the first impressions video and a special unboxing. I did get a new Loco today, so we're going to go back a little bit in time when my grandson was here when the box arrived and he was excited to have it open. And so we'll open that and then we will go through the usual and do a first look impression of the new locomotive that I got. So let's go to the unboxing. All right, are we ready to do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. There's that. Hope it just cuts through the invoice. I already got the invoice on mine. You gonna help?
Yeah.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it. And it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome in all my fellow knights of the rhomboid table. Hope you are well. It's Friday again. Seems like I was just here, but it's been a busy week, which makes the time go faster. All right, let's go straight into saying hello to everybody who is here, and then we'll get on with whatever business I have today and start running trains. Andy Dobson is here. Welcome in. Carl from Bangor Junction. Great to have you here. Brian Finn from Finnerton Central. Welcome in. Tony from Choperton Junction just joined in. Andy, the hot dog pilot. Great to see you as always. Joseph Agliato, our Sergeant at Arms, is here. Curly Express, Dwight is here. Nice to have you here, Dwight. Kiwi Dave, great to see you. Thanks for a couple of the nice comments this morning. Leslie Gilpin is here. Another fine video today. Andy from March West Junction is here. A great video posted today. Mick92, a great video. I think it was yesterday, late last night to me, you posted. Really cool. Ohio Steam and Steel, welcome in. Richard Brown, great to have you here, sir. Sorry I missed most of your live stream on Wednesday, but was out and got in just to catch the last 20 minutes of it. I was there for the last half hour at least. Tim JD is here, one of the CEOs for the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Tom Couples, welcome in. And Trainman, how are you? Welcome in. And to everybody sitting in the background waiting to log in, welcome in. Says we got about 23 people here, of which I think about 15 have commented on here. EFO is here. Welcome in and back, EFO. I saw you said you won't be here long because you're on your phone. Hey, we've got the Innocent Tales of Piddlefolk. Mark, how are you? Welcome in. Or wait, did I say Mark? Mark at Putnam Junction, yeah. And let's see, anybody? Joe Rader is here, but listening only. All right, so it's been a busy week for me off camera as far as the model train world goes. We did put up a new video, which I was a little surprised, model parody song. I was a little surprised at how well it was received. I mean, I hope they're all received well, but this one seemed to really, it got a lot of likes, much more than most songs get, and it got a lot of comments, much more than most songs get, positive comments. So that was kind of cool, because we released 3, and I couldn't pick a favorite among them, but a lot of people said this was now, if you don't know which one we're talking about, we did a parody of REM's Losing My Religion, and called Losing My Train Mojo, which actually was inspired by our friend Model Railway Fantasia, Mark, who, and somebody else, and both of them within an hour of each other said, I don't know, man, I'm just losing my train mojo. And my brain just immediately went, losing my train mojo, and boom, I built a song on it. Let's see, a couple other people just came in. No, okay, it's just a thing moving. The other big deal is my one computer that was here that I had for 11, 12 years died. And Joyce and I are debating how we're going to replace it, whether she's going to get a new laptop and give me a hand-me-down from her, or whether... But there it is. Hey, Jason is here. How are you? The other video was another one that... seemed to get well received based on more recent videos. The unboxing of the new Taurus locomotive that will be running today. We'll get to it in just a second, although you can kind of see it right there. Right there. Kind of see it. Hey, Digger Evans and Ian Frazier, welcome in, gentlemen. Great to have you. But be that as it may, it was... the box came while my grandson Kyan was here, and I have actually started steering away from doing unboxing videos. You know, I might do a mail call, but usually if I know I'm getting a new train, I just go straight into and film a first impressions video, which is what I now call my pseudo unboxing, and look at it. I don't call them reviews because I'm not really reviewing it. I'm just how my response to it out of the box, and I film it live. But Kyan was here and was really nagging me to open the box, open. And I finally said, why not? And Joyce said, do you want to film it? You know, why don't you have him in the unboxing video? And I said, okay, yeah, why not? And so we filmed it with Kyan, and he hammed it up. By the way, that was not scripted. That was not even planned. That was just spur of the moment. And I asked questions that I figured Kyan would answer, and he answered them the way that I thought he would with the words, but the way he played around and teased with it, like, what's this, Kyan? And if you watch the video, Kyan is about to say box, and he's like, I'm going to drag this out for a bit. You know, he did a Heath. My Kyan apparently is related to Heath somehow. But I'm going to drag this out because I'm like, what is this, Kyan? And he's about to go, box! I'm like, okay. And what's in the box? And then he just went into it. Trains! And what are we going to do with this box? Open it! And it's like, okay. And then he was cool. It was a lot. He was very cute with that. I was quite, we've been enjoying that video. It was a lot of fun. Hey, moin to Martin. And it was really, it was a lot of fun having him do that. And Tammy and Ray are here. Hi, Tammy and Ray. So, yeah, so we posted a couple of videos that both did fairly well, pretty well based on how my videos have done lately. But again, I know I don't do the videos that are going to get lots of views, and I just do my thing and hope a few people like it. And if people like the song, great. And if they enjoyed the new locomotive, great. So anyhow, that's really what's been going on. I've been trying. Speaking of Mojo, I've got the Mojo to work on the layout. It's just finishing up all these little home improvement projects I have been working on forever. And I went out and got some stuff and started trying to finish off the bedroom. And then Joyce and I had a difference of how do we want to finish this and how easy is it going to be to finish this. And I got to do this little bit and I got to do that. And then Joyce decided she wanted to go out of town, so we're leaving on Monday. We're going to go visit my friend Deb, the widow of my best friend Dean. We haven't seen her since my friend John passed away at Thanksgiving, and she's kind of, we've called several times, said, hey, we want to come up, and she's always had a reason for not having us come up, and she finally like, yeah, come on up, and don't want to get into the potential whys. We kind of have ideas why maybe she was hesitating having us come up, but finally we're going to go up and see her. She's always busy, but I think there's other things involved. Yeah. So we're going to go kayaking because we bought a new kayak last week and it came in this week, and we're changing the type of kayaks we're going with, and we're going to take that out tomorrow, and then we're driving about 4 hours north of Toledo and going on this one river, because Joyce has a list of rivers she wants to kayak in Michigan. So we've already done 3 of the rivers, so we're going for number 4 now. So that's it. Anyhow, let's go in. Anybody else pop in while I was babbling away there? Tom Couples not staying long. Got to get up at 4 a.m. to go to Venice. Wow. Well, that's nice. Hey, Alan. Lord Al is in the house. All right, so here's what we're running today. If you didn't see the... I try to put the list of trains I'll be running. I was thinking of changing out to freight, but then I got caught up messing with something else, and so I didn't put the freight in. But we are running the Munich-Nuremberg Express here in the front, a moderate speed, a little bit faster than Railjet, but the Munich-Nuremberg Express here. And then right behind it, in lane 2 there, line 2, you can see it says OBB. That is the new Taurus locomotive. Yes, it's another red locomotive, but I do like the Taurus design. And that's going to be pulling the cars it was bought for, the Austrian IC intercity EuroCity Express trains. Then I've got my double-decker IC2, my double-decker Metronom, the only holdover from last week, and then a double-decker RegioBahn pulled by a Class 143, which you can't see because the Metronom is blocking that. And then way in the back, I am running my Class 440 EMU, the NordWestBahn version. So anyhow, we will get these guys in motion and hope everything goes well. We already had a small fault before I went live, so I'm hoping that solves those issues. Whoops. But this is the new guy going with the new cars. But this is the first time running as a fully new train. I saw Evo posted a video on some 218, a short. Let me make sure, yep, he's set up the right way. Okay, that's all set up now. Just bear with me a second. Okay, let's get these last couple of guys going. Whoa, 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 too fast, too fast, too fast. That's a little better, that's a little better. And then... let's see, do we have him going right? Okay, he's good. All right. So I think that's everybody in motion now. And I'll just put the multi-view on. Oh, sorry, I did forget a couple of trains. So let's go down and look at these two. Today we're running the Mallard and the Beatles Eurostar. I actually did a little work on the Mallard. It has been being a pain in the butt lately, and I brought it up here. I cleaned it up, re-oiled a couple of areas, and all of a sudden it started running better. I've got it on the outside loop. Oh my goodness. I have so many USB 2, USB 3, USB-C cords all over the place here. But yeah, so that's what we're running. So hopefully the Mallard will keep running and we won't have issues with it. But there, so if you're a steam fan, I've at least got one steam train going. So now let's go to the multi-view to start with. And I will ask you guys, how is everybody? I'm always interested in European buildings, always, if they fit what I'm after. So yeah, you can email me or message me on Facebook and I will, maybe you got a couple of pictures and you can show me, because yeah, I'm always interested. Hey, Jackie, and if Lee is here and I missed him, hi Lee, nice to have you two in here. Hope you guys are well. At the last second I thought, I didn't have any freight last week, I better put some freight this week, because most model train guys seem to be freight guys, and I do have freight, but I'm a passenger train guy. I will run freight, but in all honesty, I tend to run freight just for the live streams to make the freight fans happy. But if I were to come down here and just run the trains for myself, I probably wouldn't put any freight on. But I have I've got two large rakes of freight. Well, large for me. I've got the container wagon, and then I got the container wagon train, and then I've got the other rake of freight, which is tankers and boxcars and stuff like that. But I think Americans are much more predominantly all about freight, because that's what you're exposed to. That's what you know. If you work in the rail industry, unless you're on the East Coast for the most part, you don't see a lot of passenger service. In the UK and in Europe, you see a nice mix. So there's a lot of guys that are passenger trains, freight, or run both. I am really oriented to passenger. When I put my freight on, I'm thinking, oh, what poor passenger train would I run today? But I put freight on instead. But I know a lot of you guys like freight, so I try to, most times I try to have at least one freight train going. Some of you were here 3 weeks ago. When I got back from Germany, I ran 3 freight trains, and that was Heart Attack City for a couple of you. Brian, you never see any freight? Like I said, 2 weeks ago, I had 2 freight trains going. 3 weeks ago, I had 3 freight trains going, and the week before that, I had 2 freight trains going. You're out camping at the moment with great views of the traffic on both sides of the Rhine. Where exactly did you go, Evo? Hey, Andy81E, welcome in. Oh, you got the Polish EU07. Yeah, it's really interesting. Over the last 3 years, Piko and Roco and now Märklin are all making lots of Polish stock. And I never followed Polish trains, but I've got a couple of channels that are Polish trains, and a lot of their modern stuff is really sharp looking liveries. The PKP has a lot of great looking stock, both type of train and the liveries. Type of running units and livery. They've got some nice stuff. I guess I'll have to just be a little bit grateful that I don't go to Poland, just because then I'd be compelled to buy a couple of Polish trains. But yeah, the 143 is not my favorite looking loco. It's a great runner. It's a Märklin. It's a great locomotive in terms of quality of model build. But in terms of aesthetically, it's not my favorite. I like the 147s and the 146s a bit more. Okay, there's one more train I need to see if I've got them going right. Which one is it? Oh yeah, the Munich-Nuremberg Express. Oh, that 101 is not like him pulling those guys right now. Come on, guys. Okay, so we need to change the direction on you. You're running white lights. There we go. That looks right. Okay. Oh, man. I love Koblenz. Koblenz is one of my favorite cities in Germany. Depending on how close you are to the Deutsches Eck, are you on the camping ground that's across from the Deutsches Eck, the German corner, with the big statue of Wilhelm the Great? Ifo, are you, where the Mosel and the Rhine come together? They call it the German corner, the Deutsches Eck, and there's a big statue of Kaiser Wilhelm I. And then there's a huge camping ground, caravan ground, across the Mosel, next to the Rhine and along the Mosel, right from there. So since you said camping, I wonder if that's where you're at. But I've been to Koblenz several times, and I love it. It's one of my favorite cities in Germany. I mean, Dresden will always be number 1A, with Delmenhorst being 1B, just because of all the connections to Delmenhorst I have. Delmenhorst itself is just a basic city. That it's got some nice parts. It's got some great history to it. But it was voted a few years ago by Spiegel magazine as the ugliest city in Germany, and that offended me. But it's got a nice market square area with a new town hall. And of course, I built part of the city and the station on my layout. But one year I stayed with my students up at the Fortress Castle, Ehrenbreitstein. We stayed up there. And then the rest of our trips, whenever we would go to Koblenz, is we stayed a few miles south in a town called St. Goar, which is also another one of my favorite little towns in Germany. Okay, you're at Lanex, so, okay. Yep, I know exactly where you are. That's where the Lahn flows into the Rhine. Hey, Jean-Ricard is here. Hi, how are you doing? So yeah, there's a campground somewhere over there by the castle, Lanex. All right, let's start going through some of the main views. I don't know which one's got the best view right now. Running a lot of red today, my friends. A lot of red today. Well, I still want that 5-car set of the Caledonian Sleeper. and the Trans-Pennine Express, despite their bad reputation. And the Trans-Pennine Express pulled by the Class 68 locomotive, the Daypole one, and then the Caledonian Sleeper. I don't know what loco I'd want pulled by. In some ways, I'd like it to be sort of, you know, like a control cab as opposed to an actual locomotive. Wow, we got a lot of guys coming through here right now. But I just realized after I put this guy up, I realized I ran the Munich-Nuremberg Express just a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, okay, maybe I should have put somebody else up. So I was going to take it off and put up some freight. But unfortunately, I got busy messing with a camera, a new camera, that was giving me fits. I do have a new, actually the new camera is, where'd I put the new camera? Oh, the new camera is it this one? Yes. This is the new camera. Of course, you can't see anything right now. But I don't know if you noticed, but it's much lighter here. I got a new camera, and this is a 4K camera. That's looking at my parking area, which I call the Bremen-Hanover Hybrid, which is an area I really need to work on, but I really want to finish the Delmenhorst side, get that power car system going. I do plan on working on that very soon, but other things keep coming up. But, well, last week, part of the reason the sound was messed up is that, for some stupid reason, it changed the microphone on a couple of angles. So it wasn't using my main microphone here, it was using a different microphone. Hey, Sean, welcome in. Great to have you here. But it's much lighter, because this camera has a better adaptation. And so the camera that was here, because it was no longer needed, is now here. And this is actually going to be my, if I need to show you something, I'm eventually going to move this camera more into the middle here. I might even drill a hole, but try to move it where I can put it and you can see the village from a couple of different angles. Not that my village really is worth seeing right now. How are these two guys going? These two guys are going great. Let's do that one. So there's that Austrian train heading into Delmenhorst Station, which you would never see in reality. These would go to Bremen, but they would not go to Delmenhorst. They would go to Bremen and then head up to Hamburg. But they would not pass through Delmenhorst. They would go to Bremen and turn north instead of going to Bremen and keep flowing west to Delmenhorst. Best spot of the day. That hurts my feelings, Efo. I was hoping there'd be a lot of good spot things to see, but yeah. Whoops. Oh, so that camera's not working now. Great. So I've got two cameras fighting with each other. Darn it. So that's why that one started working. It took this one out. Urgh. Yeah, I'll mess with it later. And hi again, Train Man. And that's the most track you will see in any of my cameras. Sean's going to have a new update. And this is the Joyce View camera. It's going to be a little lower than it used to be because it used to sit up on that laptop I had to take out. Oh, got to figure out why those two cameras are fighting. Now this might have one camera out, but I'm going to try it real quick. Yep, so I'm going to see if I can fix that camera. Nope, not going to get it. I'd have to reboot everything. Okay. So, yep, that camera is temporarily out because that other camera fought with it, and when two cameras fight, one wins and the other one goes out. The new class 1440 in non-standard scheme, which is mostly white. I think I saw that one. Yeah, the Klingons have taken over that camera. I had them all working last week. And then I was trying to set up the live stream for this week and noticed one camera wasn't working. So I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it still wasn't working. And then I rebooted my computer and it was working, but I didn't look to see if it knocked out the other one. They're two totally different cameras. They're two totally different companies, so I don't know why they would be fighting, but one is a generic, and so it's a little bit frustrating when they do that. It says train is asleep when it's not on the when it's not in service. That's cute. But there's Delmenhorst Station. Now, if you look at the very end of the platform, it's Sparky 107, 107, and Heath from Humanity Junction, if anybody knows those guys. Why is your... Oh, because I didn't turn it on, that's why. I was like, why are your headlights not on? And because I hadn't turned them on. So that camera is not working right now. Darn it. I had it working a minute ago. Let's see if I can. Huh. Just weird. Just weird. Yeah, all these cameras are okay. Looks like the Mallard is still running strong, so my little bit of work on it. Okay, yeah, some 648s on the Landtalbahn. Yeah, I haven't been in that part of Germany. Well, okay, I was in Speyer in 2019. But we were actually staying in... No, we were staying in Worms at the time, but that was 2019. But we used to ride the MRB, the Mittelrheinbahn, and they used to have a fleet of 648s. And the last time I was in St. Goar in 2019, we went to St. Goar and then down into Mainz just to visit. We went up to St. Goar to buy some brandy from Stefan's Wine Paradise, and then we went over to Mainz to spend the day. And haven't seen the Mittelrheinbahn trains at all. I should look online. Hello, Manshed Railroad Aaron. Nice to have you here. Well, yeah, there's a lot of 648s. The big one now is the Stadlers. Roco, Piko, and even Märklin have released a lot of variations of the new Stadlers, the different variations of the Stadlers. Hey, Stefan Skull! Stefan's Wine Paradise, but not you, Stefan. A different Stefan. He lives in a town called Sankt Goar, and rather than say it 3 times and hope you get it, I will just type it in the stream here. It's called Sankt Goar, or just ST because it's Saint. Sankt is Saint. But anyhow, he is a big, well, he's actually a relatively small, well, I don't know how you'd call it. He's a vineyard. He makes wine, and he has his own shop in St. Goar, but he's a big award winner. He's won all kinds of major European wine prizes for a lot of his creations. So he's the thing is, he refuses to, he will sell his wine to the United States, but he won't go through importer, well, that's not the right way. He won't go through middlemen. He sells it direct. So there are people that tell him, hey, you can make millions if you'd let us, you know, build you a bigger distillery and blah, 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 and do all this, or whatever you call a wine fermentation plant. We'll build you a bigger one, and we'll be your importers, exporters, and blah, blah, blah. And he refuses to do that. He makes as much wine as he can. He sells it. He enters it in all the German, French, and European wine contests, and he has won the contest. He's got a lot of award-winning wines. He's, for a little vineyard, he's done very well, but he's got his own little shop there. The Stadler is the ultimate rivet counter avoidance design. Every sensor thing is hidden on those. Only variation is roof electronics. I mean, they look kind of, you know, sharp. The first time I saw them, I thought, did they do a variation of the 648? But it's clearly a different design. That's right. That's right, Andy. It's not always about money. It is pride and consistency of quality. I also, one thing I didn't talk about is I may have mentioned to Jean Ricard a few weeks ago. While we were in Germany, Joyce and I saw some of the first Talgos. I think that's what they're called. Now I know the Talgos have been around forever, and they were around back in the 70s and 80s. And I think, what was it, Italy and Spain, or Spain and Portugal, have been using Talgos as part of their. And so we saw an IC in the new Talgo form. We saw it in person. Not a fan. Even though it's the same white and red livery, white livery with the black windows and red stripe, I hate to say it, but those Talgos, they're ugly. They're big boxes. I don't know what else you could call them. Hey, Randall, how are you? But, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Talgos, and they're doing them in a lot of forms. They're doing them in some Regio forms. They're doing them in some ICE forms. And, yeah, ugly. I don't like them. That is a train I will not be buying. There was, we were having delays at one of the stations, and one of them pulled up. And we thought, oh, God, we're going to have to ride one of these. And they were like, nope, your train's coming on the platform on the other side now. This is coming in for some mechanical issues or electronical issues. But, oh my God, yeah, they are not pretty. I'm not a fan. There are Talgos in Washington and Oregon. Okay. But, yeah, they're... Ugly, quirky is okay. Well, that's why Joyce likes me, but as far as the trains go, Talgos, I just, no. I don't have to, Jean Ricard. That rule has long since been torn up and thrown away. There are several trains I don't have that I have ridden on. Partly because I can't find the model in AC3 reel, or can't find the model, period. And I still think I need a 425 and a 625. Well, I appreciate that, Randall. They're a lot less noisy. Ifo, have you ridden on an ICE4 yet? I would assume you may have. I love the ICE4s. We didn't get to ride on the ICE4s in 2019. We were scheduled to ride on a couple, but they got canceled, and we wound up being put on an ICE3 or an IC. But so we rode almost extensively ICE4s. Joyce and I loved them. We thought they were quiet. We thought they were comfortable. Very nice. And then, of course, the Railjet was just the ultimate. But the ICE4 competed well with the Railjet in terms of comfort. But the Railjet is definitely a little bit better. But we enjoyed our trip on the Railjet. But, of course, understand, we rode first class on the Railjet and rode second class on the ICE4. So we enjoyed the IC4. We really liked them. They were quiet inside, very comfortable, very easy to relax in the seating. No squealing in curves. Well, I'm on the inside. That's the only noise I guess I worry about. When I'm at the station, I guess I expect noise. Hey, I mentioned Heath, and here he is. Speak of the devil, so to speak. But we had a great... we had a good time doing I didn't film. Actually, I filmed a lot from the trains, and I did film some at different stations. We did film a couple of trams and trolleys for our friend Mark, but I haven't. I know he was here a few weeks ago, but I hadn't really gone through my videos from Germany, because I have 30 plus hours of video, all in 4K from Germany. No, I just threw that thumbnail up because the only other thumbnail I had ready to go was the thumbnail I used for the video with Cayenne. No, I only see Cayenne. Well, I see Cayenne on Tuesdays, Thursdays. I watch him all day. And then Sundays, he comes over in the afternoon and evening because we have Sunday family dinner. So I see him every Sunday as well. But yeah, I was babysitting him on Tuesday when my new locomotive came, and he recognizes the Modellbahn shop Lipa tape. As soon as he sees that tape, he knows it's Train. And so he was very excited that Opa got a box. And of course, anytime Opa gets a box, it's either toys or trains. So he wants it open. And so anymore, I haven't done many unboxing videos. I've been doing those first impression videos. And I was talking about this at the start of the live stream. But now I do the... I just do the first impressions, but Cayenne was so desperate for me to open the box, and Joyce and I were just, oh, let's just film it. And so I brought it downstairs, and Joyce filmed it with my phone cam, and Cayenne, of course, just hammed it up because he's just that way. He's funny. I'm biased, of course, but he's the coolest 2.5-year-old in the world. But yeah, Cayenne, when he wakes up from his nap, may appear in the chat, but he won't be here physically. But yeah, he was. Joyce loves that video. I mean, if you listen carefully, you can hear her. She's behind the mic, and the mic is towards me and Cayenne. But she's giggling because Cayenne is was being funny before we decided to put it on camera. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we decided to film it, because he was being funny up in the living room about it. Opa, open the box. Opa, open. Open now. Open now. And I'm like, Cayenne, I want to open it when I have some time that I can sit down at the table and run it in and do everything. He's like, Opa, Train, open now. And then he went over to the box and was trying to open it. I was like, all right, you know, what the heck? Let's open it with him. And the thing is, a lot of people laughed in the video, and a couple of people comment when Cayenne lunges for the locomotive. He lunges for it. And I had to tell people, if you listen to me, I'm not yelling at him. I'm saying not so hard. Because Cayenne knows he's allowed to. And if you watch his hands, he actually tries to pick the locomotive up, because I teach Cayenne to hold his locomotives like this. To hold my locomotives like this, where he's got his hands under it and cupped on the nose, and he's got most of his hand under it. So I taught him to hold my locomotives like this, and then he will walk them over to my test track and set it down for me. And so I will let him do that, depending on the price of the loco. But with most locos, I do let him. And I usually have a hand as he's walking it over. I have a hand underneath, so in case all of a sudden he lets go, I'm there to catch it real quick. But he knows how to handle. He's very bright. Like, if you notice, when I got the knife back out to cut the wrap, he immediately took his hands and put them behind his back. He's been taught by his mom, because his mom works with scissors and cutting machines with an in-home business. He's been taught, keep your fingers back. When somebody's got scissors or knives out, keep your hands back. So he puts his hands behind his back immediately. As soon as I had that knife out, his hands went back. He's never been cut, he's never been hurt, but he's been taught, put your hands back when Mommy's got the cutting knife or the scissors, or when Opa's got his knives out. All right, good night, Martin. Thanks for stopping in. Always a pleasure to see you. He's got a great channel, people. He does some great videos, runs a lot of beautiful Märklin, old world Märklin stuff, and also puts up some cool old car video where there's get-togethers, old car shows over in Europe. And every now and then you'll see a few Americans, and every great once in a while there's a couple of Dodges in there. But these two guys seem to be doing well. We haven't had one derailment from Mallard, knock on wood. And we have not had him uncouple, knock on wood. So, yeah, Mallard is apparently enjoying that it's been cleaned up a bit and running the track well. But we'll go back to this view again. You can see kind of everything. Hey, servus! Joel, welcome in. And I saw Clive came in. Hey, Clive, nice to have you here. Yeah, we spent 7 days in Austria. We were saying servus all the time. Well, he's going to have to wait for Oma, but I'll do mine. Cayenne! Opa loves you! How are you, Cayenne, little guy? Did you not take a nap again today? You need to take your naps. You didn't take a nap for me yesterday, but I made you stay in bed for over an hour. Actually, 90 minutes, I think it was. Made him stay in the bed, even though he didn't want to sleep. That way I could watch Mark from Donegal Dad. Nope, nobody there. Thought I saw somebody going that way, but there it is. Oh, very sorry to hear that, Joel. Wow. Oh, man. Pneumonia. I've got a daughter that still cringes at the mention of pneumonia. She had it 3 times when she was little. Oops. Well, he might be talking about girls now. He was at the park and had a couple of girls his age or a bit older, and they were enjoying having him chase them. They were a little bit older, so they were a little bit more coordinated, but he was quite happy to have kids his age to play with, even though it was only for about 10-15 minutes. Because they had been there already for a while and were going home for lunch, and we had just kind of gotten there. But, yeah, there was a lot of silly fun with that. All right, you have a good night. The Innocent Tales of Piddle Folk, a very funny channel. Not suitable for work. Very funny channel. You can also see his main channel. That's Mark Ireland. But Innocent Tales of the Piddle Folk is his sort of comedy channel based on his layout. And the People of Somerset. Yeah, and that, again, is something we talk about. Kai just does not get enough exposure to kids his own age consistently. About half the time I take him to the park, there's nobody there. And where he lives, there's not a lot of kids his age that he can interact with. You know, that will change once he gets into daycare, but he's got to hit a certain level of achievement to get into daycare. And then but he's such a bright kid. He's funny, which is probably one of his favorite words. Funny! He loves to say funny. And no. Yeah, he likes to say funny and no. You are going for Zugbegleiter on the Alex. I think that's both. We'll wish you good luck and hope that you eventually get a better job. Joyce and I have not had positive experiences on Alex trains. In fact, Joyce hates Alex. I shouldn't say that. We'll lose some fans, I guess. And I have an Alex train. But it's the one train. I think of all the trains I've ever bought where she raised even a little bit of an objection, the Alex got the most. And the biggest reason was because she hated Alex. But we rode on it, honey, so it was horrible. You had nice colleagues on the. Well, I'm not going to say anything about the workers. It's just the mechanical side. Big, leaky, smelly diesel engines. And the cars, the coaches we were in definitely were bought at a discount, shall we say. Repainted, and they didn't even go back and try to fix a lot of the little broken bits. They just repainted them and said, look, it's an Alex wagon. Maybe they've improved, Joel. It was that bad for us. Although now when I see my OBBs going by, going by, you know, they're going down the ramp there right now. We had a nice ride from Stuttgart. Actually, it was Esslingen, just outside of Stuttgart. Esslingen to Salzburg. It was a 4-hour train ride. 4 hour and like 10 minutes. We had a couple of delays. But it was comfortable enough. The cars were comfortable enough. And we had beautiful views out the windows. The problem was they gave us seats in a, even though the Austrian EC did not allow us to pick our seats. So they gave us seats across from each other. So Joyce and I were across from each other. And then this lady sat next to me, and for the 4 hours and 10 minutes of the train ride, I don't think she took a breath. She just talked. And she apparently was talking to a colleague. And it was interesting because she was a teacher, and she was a teacher from a evangelical gymnasium. But all she did was talk about all the amazing, great things she's done, and how all of her students have gone on to great success, and you know, and she just, it was how great she is. You know, all the gold stars, all the blue ribbons she has achieved as a teacher, and she just never shut up. I don't shut up either, but at least I change subjects. The two-story coaches are being removed. See, I got nothing I can say about that, Andy and Carl. Joyce is the only woman I've ever gone out with. She's the only person I ever dated. And speaking of that OBB, can I get to the camera fast enough? You know, they really, you can't, if I were to stop it, you probably could, but when it's running, you can't really tell that two of the cars are, three of the cars are 187 scale, and two of them are 195th or 1/100 scale. Because Märklin traditionally does like 193.5, I think is their official standard scale, and some they do at 195. Some companies do 1-100, but I don't know, Ifo or Raymond Legs, if he's in the background, would know more about it. But it seems to me usually Märklin advertises certain coaches are at 193.5, and some are at 1-95. But yeah, I'm pleased that it is not looking. You know, this might be a good angle where you can kind of try to guess which ones are the short ones. And I think on a long angle you might be able to discern. But overall, I think they work well together. Yeah, they're too expensive to lease. Yeah, I didn't know they were going to change out the 183s, because mine's the diesel 223, the Hercules. Where's it? Okay, so you over here, and you over there. In fact, Roco is releasing a Hercules 223. It was actually supposed to be out in the spring, and they canceled it for the same reason they originally canceled their 218. And they're changing something in it, and now it's due out Christmas time. There's like 5 locomotives due out at Christmas time. And I want all of them. They're all on my wish list. Let me see if I could pull it up real quick. Actually, I shouldn't say my wish list. They're all on my pre-orders. But, all right, the screen may go somewhat dark for a second. Please don't panic, ladies and gentlemen. This is all part of normal operating procedure. I forgot I've got this on too, so that makes it good. But let me see if I can pull this in. There it is. Aha. All right, so here is my pre-order. These are ones I have ordered, and I'm just waiting for them to come in. The Märklin 218, and this is due 11/23, November of 23, which means it'll actually be out more like Christmas time. The Flying Scotsman is due Q4 of 2023. Roco's Alex 223 to replace my Piko one, which is not my best locomotive, which is why I'm trying to replace it. It is due Q4. The Series 249 is listed as late 2023 or early 2024. And then these Bravas are due in, according to Brava, beginning of December 2023. So unfortunately, yeah, Jean Ricard. Hey, Ray Bertelson, nice to have you here. That's because they're mixing them with different generations, so some of them are different lengths. We saw an ICE4 that I swear had ICE3 cars mixed with it. It was not the shorter ICE4 cars, it was the longer ICE3 cars, because they clearly had two different lengths of cars on them. Well, Joel, if you run 3-rail and you want that Piko 223 when I get my Roco, you can have it. I gave 3 of my Locos to Dean from the UK. I gave him 3 Locos because I had replaced them and they were just sitting here doing nothing. Hey, 156 Andrew is here. But yeah, all those platforms are coming out eventually. That station's being replaced. I just gotta, and actually one of these days I'll probably have to do something else for a live stream, but I'm gonna rip out a bunch of this track and realign it so that I can fit the platforms I want, because in one of those gaps, the platforms don't quite fit. That's why I went with these wooden ones that I I was starting to custom make myself, but when I decided I didn't like how they looked, even when I started putting stuff on them, I just want to realign the algorithm, so to speak. Hey, Simon. You're dog sitting, which means you can't go to the... Well, you can put it in your room as a decoration. That's fine. Hey, Trackside Mike, how are you? Welcome in. A rail pool 186 I would definitely be interested in. Andy 81E. I would definitely be interested in a rail pool 186. But yeah, also, Joyce and I have, we did, you know, we posted a new song early, well, actually last Saturday. It was after this live stream, which is how I gauge my weeks now. So it was technically last week, but it was this week. We posted a new song, which many of you saw, our parody of Losing My Religion from REM. I've got, what am I up to, down to? 7 or 8 other songs we need to do, but there's 2 of them we could do now. It's a question of whether Joyce could sing them. There's a few where Joyce doesn't think she can sing them, where she's just like, I can't sing that way. I can't sing. My voice would not sound good trying to sing that style. And then there's a couple others where technically it's a very involved song. There's a lot of layered voices, background, secondary, tertiary background, very heavily layered song. And then there's another one that's a very difficult song. We've sat down and tried to record it like 3 times over the last year and a half since I wrote it, and she keeps flubbing in these 2 parts. She just cannot stop messing it up, and we have tried. We go over it, we try to go slow. All right, let's just sing this and sing like this, and then as soon as she starts singing it, for some reason she just, and it's become almost like a mental block now. She just is going to flub that line. Yeah, the ICEL is an interesting one. I've seen, like, we saw an IC2, which instead of the locomotive, the 146.5 or the 147.5, and a Steuerwagen, was like 2 Steuerwagens, but the Steuerwagens were very, very different. It was a redesign, and it was very cool looking. I really liked it. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit lower. Yeah, because your camera's lower. Yeah. See, if I go like this, people are gonna get the wrong shots of you.
How am I gonna sit lower? You could just skip the dry skip every day. I don't think you turn it off.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I get it.
There, now it's looking up at you. There, okay, that's not bad.
He's looking up my nose. Still need the mic.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for you to get situated because, yeah, I don't know how you're going to read the live stream. Whoops. And then I pushed the mic in, and I messed up the camera.
Oh, I got my thingy.
You got your thingy.
My tablet.
Ah, your tablet. Okay.
Ouch. So,
Yeah.
Andy! Sorry, he just said Joyce that way. Hi, Jim. Hi, Tim. I don't know. I'm Joycey Boo. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Carl.
Oh, Tim.
Hi, John.
Tim, never call her Joycey.
Yeah,
Never.
it's
Never.
kind of a thing there.
That would get you punched.
Hey, March West. I gotta turn my volume down. Hi, Mike. As in trackside, I can't see it. That's the sad part.
Yeah,
I just got this tiny view. Oh. We can go get me a new computer. I don't know.
What? You want to go get your laptop?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow? I don't know. All right. It's okay, Tim. We're friends.
Oh, we haven't had a heat wave, although we're going to be heading into one, I guess, next week sometime.
Nice to see you, Jackie. I'm glad to hear you're okay. We are right. No, you don't need to call me Mrs. Dodd. Just call me Joyce.
You can call her Joy. You can call her Joy.
Hi, Karen.
Or you can call her Joyce. You can call her the Mrs. Just, she doesn't like being called.
I don't like
that's the one
Joycey.
you don't like being called, right? Joycey.
Yeah, I don't like being.
Because that's
I
what
don't
your
like
mom
Joycey.
called you.
My mom did, yeah. So did my dad.
Yeah, she does not like being called Joycey.
They were the ones who could get away with it.
I got that
Yeah,
explained to me.
You got
by
that. Don't
date
call me
3.
a valley girl, too. Yeah, really.
Yeah, I got that explained to me by date 2.
Hey, Randall. Hi, Ohio, Stephen Steele. So, hi, Nick.
I think I heard your dad call you Joycey a couple of times, so I
Yeah,
said,
he
hi,
did.
Joycey, and we went out to the car and you said, don't ever call me
Don't
Joycey.
Call me Joy. I don't like it.
Yeah, don't ever call me.
The trouble and strife, indeed.
So in the 40 years we've been together, I only call her Joycey that one time.
He's a quick learner.
I try to be.
Uh-huh. Oh, so what's going on today? Yeah, it's Lil, damn it, indeed. Call back.
No, I had 2 cameras fighting with each other. This one, which used to be over there, and I pulled it out of there because it was too dark.
Okay.
And that one creates its own light, so it's much
Nice.
lighter there. So I had this camera freed up. So I thought, what the hell? And I got it working where they were all working last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden today, it's
Nice.
wherever I plug it
They're
in, it's
fussing,
fighting with the
huh?
camera.
Gotcha.
So it took out 2 of them.
How's the world? Are you getting our rain, Randall? That's the first question, because it rained for a little while here pretty hard.
Well,
the
he wouldn't have
world of
gotten our rain. He's west of us.
That's true. The world of education is on The world of education is on vacation right now. So, but you know, it is what it is. Cold and wet here in South Wales. That doesn't sound nice.
Yeah, she's on break for another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3.5 weeks.
Well, it's 4. I think.
No,
I don't
no, it's
know.
not 4.
I'm gonna have to start going and setting up my room.
Well, 10 days, 20. Yeah, no, you're right. It's 3.5 to 4
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
Don't rush me too much.
I don't go back. I'm never going back.
Sean, Gresley Valley Girls had an insult.
What?
Sean
Oh, he sent it as a
message.
text?
Yes, as a message.
That's a totally different story.
Oh, no worries.
No worries, no worries. Just brings up a great story. Yeah, we always had roughly 10 weeks off.
Okay, yeah. I know,
Yeah, we're coming up on that anniversary.
which one?
The Chris.
Yeah.
Anniversary.
Oh. Yeah, that's gotta be days, isn't it? Now officially we're out of our drought, so that's nice.
Yeah, we've had enough rain. We're no longer in drought situation.
Yeah, she's about a month. Yeah, the students start the 21st of August.
Is it that late?
Yeah, we start about a half a week before that.
All right, all the in-service
Because we
days.
do in-services. Yippee.
The most hated words in education,
Yeah.
in-service.
Yeah, oh my god. Is that the tiered learning last year that we all were like, by Christmas time? Even the intervention specialist says it's all lip work. Oh, she'll be in 7th grade. Okay, she's really getting older. That's nice. She's growing up fast then. Oh, I took my chat off. The chat back
Nope,
on.
you're with me, Andy. We survived the time in the buildings.
Yeah, the Valley Girl stuff was in the 80s. when I
Oh,
was
like
in high
Totally
school.
Tubular.
Yeah.
And it was just a variation of Surfer Talk.
Yeah, it was a variation of Surfer Talk, so it's not a big deal. And no worries, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I know, Andy. It's nice when you're done. And I don't know. Hi, Raymond. I just don't know. I might just go 3 more years. Or
Raymond wants to know what he just missed.
maybe
Well,
8
first,
years.
all matter was coalesced, and then suddenly, in what we mistakenly call the Big Bang, it all energized and began spreading, and then coalesced into the planets, and then there were the dinosaurs, and then we invented model trains, and now we're here.
Did the dinosaurs invent trains?
No, I said there were the dinosaurs, and then we invented model trains.
Gotcha.
I think that covers
Sits
the
in her
important
mom's
parts of...
closet and Snapchats with her friends and watches TikTok. I'm not surprised she does that.
Ugh, TikTok is such an ugly word.
Yeah, I know. Well, you don't have TikTok.
Nope.
Some of the challenges TikTok had were just horrible. The things that they were doing in education. Steal something from your teacher's desk. Damage something in the school. And probably my favorite, go kiss your friend's girlfriend. Why would you do that? That's such a crazy... I mean, obviously not eating Ajax or detergent or something was horrible, but why in the world would you ruin a relationship
Roblox.
doing
Yeah,
something
what was
like
I
that?
seeing that was Roblox? Oh, I was looking for some...
Oh, yeah, a lot of the kids that age play...
I'm looking for action figures
My
I can convert
students
into Matt
will
Clark
play
figures.
Roblox too.
I was looking for like
Yeah,
old
a lot
action
of
figures I could
brainwashing.
convert into Matt Clark figures.
Randall, get the Artie the bunny will dig drainage tunnels for you. That's funny. So I looked at AJ's tie the knot stuff today.
Yeah.
It was very, very cute.
Yeah.
They both explained how they met each other and all that kind of stuff. And it was very cute. She has got to get a registry going.
Yes. she
Especially
does.
with as many people that she wants at the shower. It's a little scary. I said, you need to make a registry. She's like, really? What's that? Like, girl. A certain fashion doll, whose name will not be mentioned here. Yeah, the weather's just crazy. They had softball and baseball size hail up in Michigan, just south of Detroit. What else did I hear? Possible tornadoes, although I did not hear any tornadoes confirmed. So I don't know, maybe it was. It might have been a Dreco. I was talking to my son in Columbus. I said, you better watch out, the road could be ponding. And so when he left, he texted me when he got home, which made me happy. He says, no, the roads were just, it was raining lightly when he left. And just tons and tons of lightning is what he was seeing. So I was glad he let me know when he got home. We're going to go down to the water park on the 5th of August to meet him.
Going down to Columbus to
I
hang
want
out.
to, I want to ask, we're going to do a talk with him on Wednesday. I don't know if Cayenne can do a one-day trip or if we want to stay at a hotel. See what she
Yeah.
thinks on that. I don't know if you're in here, Lindy.
Well, she was
but
in
that's
here
what we're gonna
earlier.
Talk about.
She was in here earlier because Kyan wasn't apping, but she says their YouTube's been being goofy.
Ah, okay. Understood. So anyway, as you know, Anthony's computer died that I've been using. So I have the oldest computer in the house. I said, why don't we get a new one for me?
No, actually, the one that died is older than yours.
I know, but it died. So
But you
now,
said you've got the
now
oldest.
I have the oldest computer in the house. Chromebook, whatever it is. It's not a Chromebook.
It's not Chromebook.
Yeah, I don't want a Chromebook. It's an old Epson. We got it. It was Captain Goofy. We took it over to a computer place, and he put a solid state art. I forget the last word that follows that. And so it starts up like a dream. It actually works really well.
You put in a solid state hard drive.
Hard drive, that's what it was. So it works really well, but it is almost a 10-year-old computer. well, yeah, I think it was now. So, laptop, that's the word I'm looking for. So, it works well, so it'll work well down here.
The 101 does not like going this speed up that incline.
No, it
It
doesn't.
wants to go faster. If it goes faster, it doesn't have a problem, but I've got it on a slower speed. And
Oh, well,
it's,
you could speed it up, sir.
well, I try to do them a little bit slower so
Gotcha.
that people can actually see them on the camera.
Yeah, my nephew is going to see Oppenheimer. He's very excited about it. Yeah, we're not going to say the fashion doll's name.
Oh, that movie's getting all kinds of criticism from all over the world.
It sure is. Apparently, it's a little bit of women.
I want my LGBT.
I think it is, a little pro-women, and it's turning a lot of people off. So, what does that say? Well, otherwise, I can't say a lot because I really don't know much what it's like. But
Money for Hornby and their trains are cheap. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh, you working on another song?
No, he just threw it out there.
Gotcha.
I don't think I'll do that one. I've already got a backlog we need to do, but like I said, the one I just did, but I just don't know if you're gonna how well you think you can do hard rock metal.
Let's see. I just sneeze.
2, 3.
That's
All
a
right, there we go.
threer. Sorry, I didn't get that on the. Try not to do that on there. I'm sorry, guys.
Joyce usually sneezes in 3s.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Since I started dating her, it's always been 3. 3 sneezes. 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, sometimes there's two.
Every now and then it's 2, and it's like, what happened to the third?
Thank you, Mick. That was past the cranes, I hope.
Say what?
Hope I can't hear my nose blowing behind the crane.
Well, I just don't want you sneezing near my computer. It might get a virus.
Indeed. Oh, sugar. Yeah, I know. You watch anime on westerns. Okay. Oh, there's been some good westerns we watched.
And of course, the best Western you watch is Matt Clark, Railroad Marshal.
There you go.
That's the best Western you watch.
That is. There we go. Whoa.
It better be.
We're taking a trip this week.
Yeah, we're going out of town for a few days.
Gonna go kayaking, and we're going kayaking tomorrow, right? He did 19
sneezes. Nope, Joyce is just 3, but
yeah,
always 3.
I asked my IC allergist.
Leslie
for the
has finished
asthma.
editing another video.
Oh, good heavens, yeah, Leslie. So
I think you've done one a day this week.
I asked, the allergist asked you, do you sneeze a lot? I said, well, yeah, I do. Well, how many times do you sneeze in a row? I said, well, usually about 3. I started sneezing a lot. I said, what is sneezing a lot? I sneeze frequently. They said, no, it's like if you sneeze like 15, 16 times. I'm like, who the heck does that? So, apparently,
I like the
Tim's
Kahat.
father.
I like the Kahat. In fact, talking about Matt Clark, somebody still was going to do her
Yeah,
reviews, but
Randall
all right, out of the
H.
and
Kahat.
out of the villains, who was your favorite villain? Bobby the Kid. I'll give you the list. Bobby the Kid, main protagonist. So again, Bobby the Kid, Kahat Stevens, Crazy Hawk, Stanley Steamhair.
Liz
I already
text-
know who your favorite
Liz
was.
just texted me.
Liz texted you?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Dad got a tiny package from a Chuck Webster.
Yep.
Okay, so something came in.
Yes.
She's home.
It's for the Fleischmann stuff. It's to replace those broken couplers on that one Fleischmann wagon. But,
That makes sense. Sorry, guys. Sometimes
So,
when I seize it,
I mean,
it's
of
the
all the
bubble
bad
milk.
guys, we already know who your favorite and pretty much everybody else's favorite bad guy was.
Oh,
You liked,
yeah.
you liked 5-finger/4-finger/3
yeah,
finger
okay.
Bill.
Yep.
So he's out of the equation.
Yeah.
Bobby the Kid, the Kahat Stevens,
Let's just
Crazy
get
Hawk,
gotcha.
or Stanley Steamer. And don't worry that Jean Ricard's listening. Which of those guys did you think was the most fun villain? The funniest? What's
Who
your
was the
favorite antagonist? Who's your
funniest?
favorite antagonist?
Everybody can say their favorite. Yeah, Tim likes Four Finger Bill. Jean, of course, likes Stanley Steamer. We all know why. Not sure why Kahat, Randall likes the Kahat, but because he was in the one with,
Well, that was
Stanley Steamer.
Series 2.
yeah, I know.
But
Just in case anybody missed that, huh, Sean? Now you're yelling it. Honest to God, I'm gonna do my video. these
CC,
days.
my love.
Maybe do it upstairs. I don't know.
I will say I like doing the Kahat the most. Bobby was a lot of fun to do, and there's a lot of innocence and stuff towards the first season because it was the first time I was doing it.
5 exclamation points after it. That'll get the point across.
But you know, Bobby was cool too. But
Oh,
Bobby was
yeah.
clearly the Kahat had something to him that Bobby didn't. Bobby was just a rat. There was
Yeah,
a
Bobby's a
smoothness
rat.
to the
Yes,
Kahat.
there is. And we found out in 3 he was even smoother than we knew.
Yeah. He helped set up the downfall of Stanley Steamer.
Still, a lot of those in the balcony.
Everybody else is leaving. Now they're talking that stupid Western
Oh, no.
series again.
Oh, people are leaving? See, I can't see this stuff. I don't know how many people are in. You used to be able to see.
Plenty of hippies around. Reminded me of the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's what I like that. And the funny
See, those
thing
were our
is,
formative years.
I would get emails from people every time Diesel Dan showed up. I would get at least one comment. Diesel motors weren't around then. Diesel engines weren't around in 1891. You've got this all wrong. And I'm like, let's see. You didn't complain about Lil singing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina."
Yeah,
You
I
did
think,
complain about the hippies in Series 2. The Wi-Fi signal in Pikachu in Series 1.
Right.
But what
Jesus.
what was a line that couldn't be crossed was a guy named Diesel Dan because diesel motors hadn't been invented yet.
Well, you know, that was their forte. Easily, Dan.
Oh, my favorite hippie was Neil from The Young Ones.
Right. I don't know. Neil was always so sad.
Oh, well, don't bring me down. All right. Hi, Kieran, and bye, Kieran.
Oh, bye, Karen. Nice you came. Cheech and Chong went to Germany. Try it again. Cheech and Chong. Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong going to Germany.
I don't know. We assumed them Germans they'd do fine with.
Because here, you know, in the United States and maybe in other countries, there's a big debate for Gilligan's Island. Even if you hated the show, are you a Ginger or a Marianne guy? Are you a Ginger or a Marianne?
Man.
So, are you guys a Lil or a Daisy? Or for the odd one now and then, a Donna Lot. And if you're into the guys, which male art would you be more into? But for now, it's Daisy or Lil.
Lil, damn it.
Who you got?
Oh my God, I'm ready to
And everybody, like Jean Ricard will talk to me and he'll say, so Between Lil and Daisy, which one's Joyce?
Finnerton. So anyway, I'm going to do my video, so wait for it.
Well, they can pick theirs.
Well, they can pick theirs. You got Lily.
I'm not asking you to do yours. You're going to do a
Lily.
video on it that you've been
Sure,
saying
like
for like
Lily.
2-3 months now.
Andy says Daisy.
But you can answer that question in your video too. Which one is
Yeah.
more you?
Don't forget the sex group. That's SEC, Randall.
Yeah, that's SECS sex. The
Pronounced-
Southwestern
pronounced
Ecumenical
the same
Council
way.
Service.
Yes.
The men of SECS. The men of sex. The Southwestern Ecumenical Council Service.
So, March West gave a lil from
And what have we learned, gentlemen?
Hey, Andy.
That's still one of the best. That's still one of my favorite bits.
CCX service.
I think it was Joyce's
What?
too.
What?
It took a year to build up that line.
Yeah,
Now,
it
what
did.
have we learned,
And
gentlemen?
what have we learned, gentlemen?
I-
Speaking of, if we haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Eyes above the chest. I'll retry. I got a 503 problem with server.
Who, where?
I did. I clicked try again and then it left.
Okay. Weird.
I know. Is that replacing 404s? 503s?
No, 503s are different.
Yeah, okay. I'm seeing 503s. You like the sun dishes.
Mirror some bish.
Yeah, Mayor Sun Dish.
I could begin to pick a favorite character.
And
It's whoever's got the joke I'm writing at
and
the
his
time is my favorite
nephew.
character.
His nephew was.
Oh, Wiley Sumbish?
Wiley was charming.
Wiley was very charming. Wiley was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I can't pick a favorite character.
Of course not. They're all your children.
They're all my children.
Yep.
But my favorite bit, it only got 61 views on my channel. I mean, obviously it got more views when it was in the episode, but the song I had, Rusty sing,
Yeah.
the Ballad
The
of...
Ballad of Lilin.
That was, I love that. That's
I
still
do
one of
too,
my favorite
actually.
Rusty songs to listen to.
Yeah.
Speaking of parody songs,
Yeah.
that's still one of my favorites. Standing at the station of Big Gulch, wondering how his life brought him here. They
Yeah.
gave him a badge, doubted he'd ever last. He's the one and only sane person here. Christ, you know it. No, we don't say Christ in that one.
No.
Heck, you know it ain't
Yeah,
easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going. Matt will die in Series 3.
Yeah. Oh, the only thing I wish you'd done differently, because you had, in your last versions, you had your, oh, shucks, and all those things coming in. You should have had Lil doing, it's Lil, damn it.
Yeah, you're right. I should have done that with the Lil part. The stupid folk kept calling her Nancy. It's Lil Dad. Heck, you know it ain't easy. Yeah, you're right. I should have thrown that one in there too.
Yep.
You're right. I can always go back and re-edit it.
Do you still have the same number of everything on it?
What?
Will it change your numbers? It won't be
No,
the
I can
video,
add to
will
it. I can just take the video as it is and add to it.
Gotcha.
No, I'm not Rusty Twanger. You cannot pick what character I am, because
No,
I am
you
all
can't.
my characters. Or my characters are all based on facets of me or Joyce or people I know.
Yeah, Raymond, I think you should, because I think you'll understand a lot what we chat about. It works better if you start at season 1, and you could just watch them an episode at a time. They're somewhere between 8 and
8 and 20 minutes
20
long.
minutes, but the average is probably 11. I mean, they're not long. Yeah, you're Fredo Bagino.
Yeah, Fredo Bagino.
Bagino. Which was fun, wasn't it, Randall?
See, I have all kinds of ideas to do little 1 and 2 episode spin-off bits. Like, do a couple of Smokey and Goliath episodes. I wouldn't mind doing a Fredo Bagino bit.
Yeah. Hey, Jean, we've all agreed, meaning the two of us, I think, that Anthony sang better as Rusty than any other singing you've heard him do. It's a lot more palatable as Rusty.
Yes, that's the problem. The only time I actually can remotely sing is when I'm doing a really goofy voice.
Man. You're having wayward trains today, are you?
No, Rusty's a much better singer than me, and that's tragic.
Yeah, it kind of is, but
Although, of all the
yeah,
parody
your
songs
NASCAR
we
Heat
did,
5 storyline with
of all the
with
parody songs
Thor?
we did in the Matt Clark series, not the one, my favorite song isn't even a parody. It's Lil singing 9 Inch Nails.
That was so hard. Only because it was so slow. I stayed with it for the first stanza, but after that I couldn't hear where they were going and forget it.
Yeah, yeah, there is no. That was my
I needed
favorite
a-
bit. As soon as we came up with
someone
it,
directing me.
like Joyce suggested one song, and I was like, yeah, that would be cool. And then out of the blue, like 10 seconds later, I came up with "Closer" by 9 Inch Nails, and I started laughing. And Joyce was like, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "What about "Closer" by 9 Inch Nails?" And Joyce said, "You can't do that." I said, "Yes, we can."
I was sort of a, oh my God. Oh, a Goliath episode would be nice. You're missing him, are you, John?
Gee, Smokey.
Does Goliath run away and go down to Mexico?
Goliath in Tijuana. Oh, baby.
I don't know that he actually could do that.
That would be no.
If
I could do it,
nothing
but
else, that
it would be X-rated.
X-rated, indeed.
If I do
That's the
Goliath in
worst move.
Tijuana, it's X-rated.
Yeah, there's no way it couldn't be, unless you had a thing
Hey,
where he
there's
was
Dino.
down there, and Smokey had to stay outside, and he just coming out and kept telling what he was doing. Smokey, get back here right now. Have his voice crack. He's getting older.
Yeah, puberty hits. Smokey goes to
Fredo?
Tijuana with him.
Combine it with Fredo, Smokey, and Goliath. Fredo's dead.
It's all a
man.
bunch of horse poop.
No, Fredo isn't dead. You're
Goliath,
right.
what are you doing on that stage?
Oh, Randall's breaking.
That's disgusting.
Fredo
Yeah, he's got him
out
as
of-
Fredo Bagino the Fourth,
I know he's gonna be.
a NASCAR driver.
I got that.
40
I
car
said-
pileup because there's a
Right.
spider in his car.
Yeah, right. No, I'm saying it looks like he broke Fredo out of jail because he's going with Goliath down to Mexico.
Oh, Fredo going with Goliath. No, it would have to be.
Right.
It's got to be Smokey and Goliath because it has to be a parody of Davy and Goliath.
Yeah, but he could be added with them. I don't know. We're working on it.
Gee, Smokey, why you harshing on my buzz?
Hi, Dino. No worries.
Hey, welcome back, Dave.
Did you see anything good, Dino? We were just talking about movies.
The new, the Taurus is running beautifully. In fact, let's catch where he is, and we will follow him around.
Hi, Kiwi Dave.
Unfortunately, and Kiwi Dave is he's saying hello again.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't see him, so.
So there he is. We can't follow him around because he's going the wrong way on
Is that your new guy?
the... Yep. So there he is, going down there.
Ah, the new Indiana Jones movie. What'd you think of it?
There he is. And then here he comes.
Indeed, John. Use the whip, as he would say. And the spurs. Put it smoky with Fredo and Goliath, Anthony. Yeah. Oh, was it horse poop, Dino? All right, night, Leslie. Nice you came in.
All right, Leslie, take care. As always, thank you for stopping in. It's all a bunch of horse poop.
Right.
And that was the best setup at all.
Yes, indeed.
3 years to set that joke up, and at the very end, that's why, see, that was supposed to be an explanation of why he always says it's a bunch of horse poop. Because whenever he gets in trouble, he has to shovel out the stables.
Yeah.
That's all a bunch of horse poop.
All right.
And
Was
here's the
it remake? I thought it was a remake. Was it supposed to be Was it supposed to be further
No,
in
it's
the
the
plot?
latest one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the next one.
Is
And
Harrison Ford
the
in
critics
it?
are hating it.
Okay.
The critics are hating it.
Looks like the Taurus is doing you better than Roco's loaf of bread.
Well, is the 218 the loaf of bread?
I would assume so. I don't know. Oh.
Bounty Hunters, now you're making it a Star Wars bit.
Our bounty hunters are around now.
What if I teleported the entire gang from Mallard, like a time rift portal opened up and they went to the future? Star Wars with the Mallard gang.
Oh, good God. I don't think that's going to work. Oh, baby, it coaches.
They got teleported into the Star Wars universe.
Okay, you're losing my mojo song. Yeah. Yeah, we could tell a lot of people related to that one.
The 218 is the loaf of bread. Gotcha. Yeah, although it's running better. It is running better.
Yeah, he worked on it a little bit.
I worked on it a bit, even when they sent it back and I wasn't happy with it. It is running quieter. Since they sent it back, it's
Pretty
running
loco.
quieter, but it's still not running to speed.
I don't know. I sure love Kaya doing the intro on that last train, though.
Oh, the last video?
Oh, lordy, was he cute.
Yeah, see, this was the,
I'm biased, though.
yeah, our...
Randall likes it, to the world of Trigon.
Hey everybody, at the Dodge Model Train
That's
Outsider,
you,
the
Star
Märklin
Wars.
Outsider
There you go,
here.
that's Kyan.
Kyan, what's this?
Yeah, that's Kaya.
And what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Train.
And what are we going to do with this box?
Short.
Open
Cute
it.
kid.
Right after this, roll the titles.
That was my grandson. That was unrehearsed,
Yeah,
unplanned,
absolutely. We
unscripted.
did not know what he was going to do.
We had no idea what he would say or do. He was just nagging for the box to be open. We said,
Well, I reckon that's what they do. It was Oz. That's what they do. Whenever he gets a lip of order, I think Kai recognizes the Märklin,
well, the
the
Lipa tape.
Lipa tape.
Oh, yeah, he definitely knows
So
it.
he knows there's a train in there, and they've been opening together, and they thought, well, let's do it on camera.
Well, if you remember, I wasn't going to open it right away, and he started getting fussy about
Is the
it.
Taurus made from die-cast metal?
I think most of the Taurus is metal.
Yeah, so
I
it was
think-
a combination.
I think the shell is about 2/3 metal, 1/3 plastic.
I am very biased, but yes, I think he is adorable. Just needs his bangs trimmed. Well, it's in his eyes again. It looks so uncomfortable. I don't like having my hair in my eyes.
Yes, but you're subjecting. There are plenty. Honey, I taught shoegazers for years who had their hair down on their faces.
I know. It's true. What is up to?
No, he doesn't, Andy. No.
No, though he did tell his mom he wanted his hair cut like Daddy, and Daddy's is pretty tight too.
No, he's got a soft spot for Joyce and for my grandson, not for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
He just likes
Randall,
to...
tell me about it. The baby's 28.
Yeah, Randall, our youngest is 20. Our youngest
Yeah.
child is 28. We're feeling our age at times.
They get married October 7th.
There he comes, coming around the corner. Come on, get in the camera. There goes the new Taurus, except blurry. This camera can't handle it. It was focusing on the back, so it's going to focus on the front. But of course, Carl, anybody who meets me has a soft spot for me.
Oh,
Even you, Carl.
Even you, Carl. Making friends wherever he goes. Wow, dusty. I need to clean that screen.
Tell me about it. How many times have we said tell me about it in the last 15 minutes? Several.
Me or you?
Both.
Okay. You'll be 40 in February, yep. Yeah, it really does, Dave. I totally agree. The Taurus looks sweet with those coaches.
Yeah, but Randall, and I know there are people even older in the stream here, but 40 was birth through high school ago for me. I went through that turning 40 bit, and that was birth through high school graduation for me ago.
Oh.
You never take the stickers off your electronics? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is really a complete train now. Although it looked okay with my 101. There's just something about those OBB logo cars with the OBB red rail jet or Taurus.
I wouldn't mind doing my 40s again.
No. No, I mean, you know, if wishes were fishes, you know.
Oh, of course.
But we, you know, you can't go back. But yeah, 30s and 40s were quite fun.
Yep, we did have a lot of fun.
And we'll just leave it there, and you can all imagine what that fun was.
So your new Loco 1116 looks like a good, strong runner.
Yeah, it is, Dino. It's very good. I'm very pleased with it. Yes, Jean Ricard, you're happy with your age and all that. I'm not happy with my age.
Okay.
I've accepted my age, but I'm not happy with it.
Nope.
Yeah, no, on the ECs, yeah, on the one we rode, there was no Speisewagen.
Yeah,
Was there
that's
one? Was there
interesting.
one on the EC, the Czech EC? I don't think there's a Speisewagen on that one. Or no, yeah, there was. Yeah, there was a Speisewagen on that one. But yeah, the one we rode to Salzburg did not have a meal car, did not have a restaurant car.
You're so young.
He was so young.
Yeah, like a year, I think, wasn't it? 9 months?
Well, since we're the same age, Jean Ricard, I see why you're saying that. But we are not so young. We're not 80, but we're not 25 either.
Hi, Derek.
Hello, Derek. Welcome in. Guys, we're Anthony and Joyce. Mr. and Mrs. Dodge sounds too much
Cool.
like work.
Yeah, like we're working. Oh, my goodness.
What?
We have to go dinner.
And you are 20 minutes early before you usually bring that up. You must be hungry. Well, what do you want for dinner?
I think we should go out.
I assumed we'd be going out tomorrow.
We are going out tomorrow.
We are, well, yeah, that's right. We are going out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out.
Fine. We'll order in. Oh. You missed it. You almost saw it. And a
Almost
quick
saw it.
503 error, and then boom, right back on.
I don't know what's
I
going on.
didn't even touch it.
Everything on my world says it's all good. No drop
Dave
frames.
says according
CPU's
to
running
the
at
railjet
less than
and the OBB
8%.
running side by
Okay, just
side.
jumped up to 8.3. And
It's
the
8.3.
what?
Huh?
The CPU is
Yeah.
at was at 7.77 point. Now it's down to 7.4. It's bouncing up and down. That's how hard my computer's working. With so many cameras running, like if I go to the multi-view, which
Yeah.
is the hardest it works.
Yeah.
Okay, it jumps up 9.6, 10.4, 9.4, 9.0. So the hardest the CPU works is never over 12%.
Okay.
That tells you how awesome the supercomputer is.
Oh, of course.
All right, Finnerton's taking off. All right, take care, Brian. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Mucho apreciado. Yeah, you don't even have an easy way to follow the lights to nag people.
No, if that's accurate up there and you only have 29, let's get at it, people. Oh, I can get it if I X off the chat, I can see it. I don't know how accurate it is. That's just 26.
Wow, that's really bad.
Yeah, it needs to be
Oh.
updated.
Is that just... Okay. Actually, you could plug this in to keep it charged while you're using it.
It's okay. Well, I got you up to 31.
What's a beautiful, overwhelming shot, Derek? Oh, all the
Yeah,
cameras?
It is. You should go back. You need to put that somehow.
Well, he
If
said
you could do-
beautiful and overwhelming.
Yeah. If you could do a like a slideshow with them, you know, switch them back and forth.
Yeah, I gotta do more research into OBS to see if it would just change to it.
Just automatically change.
Because
Like
I do have where I
2
have,
minutes on a frame and then change it, or
like, you know, I have that one where you get multiple views
yeah.
and but it's bigger.
It's bigger. It's not as overwhelming. Yeah, the tablet's way ahead of the phone. They're changed.
I just keep trying to see if I can get this one camera to start working again. I just forget which one it is.
Oh, no problem, Derek. We took it that way.
Whoops!
It just led to further discussion about his views.
Okay,
So
there's
I
that
got
one.
this on
Hang on a
my-
second. I'm going down.
He's going
We're
out.
tunneling out of here!
Woo! He's tunneling out. Yeah, I didn't take it negative, Derek. So he's playing with his computer again.
I'm playing with a camera.
Oh, his Liverpool.
Wow, you're just now noticing the Liverpool?
When did we get that?
I've had that for years.
You
I
have
bought it
had
off
it
of
for a long
Amazon.
time. Gotcha. That makes sense.
No, that was not a UK
It
purchase. I
doesn't
bought that on
sound.
Amazon.
Don't think it could have been. Yeah, he's a Reds fan. Although we didn't watch a lot this year. Just didn't feel like it
I have to
was-
defend myself at times. I have been a Liverpool fan since the late 60s, early 70s. You can blame it on my love of the Beatles, but I have followed Liverpool.
What time is Leon live? Eastern
On
time.
Sundays?
Yeah.
It's noon our time, 5 p.m. his time.
So noon on the East
But
Coast,
he
Derek.
just posted it.
Yeah, I know he did. But he said 5 p.m. UK time.
So
Well, duh.
subtract
I
5.
could have done the math. Yeah, you're right. Duh. So yeah, it's at noon.
All right, let me see if I can fix this. This is the camera that's
It's
out
kind of
right
a
now.
lunchtime. Kind of a lunchtime thing.
Yeah, the Mexico and C60. I want to see if I can make this start working. I have to go to here for a second.
I had a
Okay.
friend who lived on the West Coast, and he would talk about watching American football in his pajamas.
Can't get it to. I have to reboot.
The
OBS to get it to work.
yeah,
I have to
5 a.m. for you.
I
Yeah.
have to reboot OBS to get that camera to start working again.
Okay. Well, you got enough. You can stick it.
Yeah, the problem is now Sundays are the hardest day for me to watch YouTube. And
Why?
because we have family and often we're doing home projects and whatever.
Frequently there's that.
But, you know, there was, Andy comes on, now it's 8 a.m. my time, so I'm usually up or just getting up when Andy comes on. Hot Dog Pilot Andy has a great live stream every Sunday at...
The new camera's doing the sound. I don't know if that's what you want. Thanks, Sean. At least we got right on that.
No, according to this, I'm still broadcasting with the microphone.
I don't know if you can hear me. You're on this microphone. What is the track spacing on the lower left camera? What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, is it... It's 2.5 or 3 inches.
As you can see, it varies. It's a pretty uniform on the first three.
But then it used to just be Lee. Lee was the only one on Sundays at noon Eastern U.S. time. Or 5 p.m. UK. Now there's like 7 people who all go on at noon our time, 5 p.m. UK time. Americans,
Andy, take care.
UK, Europeans. Yeah, Bill Shankly. I even got my picture taken with the statue of both statues of Bill Shankly at the call. Very proud of that. Because Shankly was the coach that I first remembered. Because back in the 70s...
Hi, Artie.
Hey, Artie, how are you? Back in the 70s, our local paper used to give the British top league, it wasn't the Premier League back then, the British, what was it, Champions Division, whatever it was called back then. We used to get that and the Bundesliga First Division. What?
Is that bubbly or regular?
It's bubbly.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway.
But, yeah, we, so, being a fan of Liverpool, I could get the scores, and I followed all the big players. Shankly was coach, and then eventually, Paisley, one of his top players, became coach after him. Paisley won a lot of trophies. And he had all these great players. Rush and Littlejohn, Paisley, and, you know, Ian Rush, and Fowler, and my personal favorite, Michael Owen, and then all the way down to Mo Salah. I have been a follower and lover of Liverpool for 50 plus years. Little Scottish woman who was the librarian at my elementary school really got me big onto the Liverpool Reds. Oh, today there are 2 teams in Liverpool. There's Liverpool and there's Everton. But Everton is not very good. Oh, speaking of which, Artie, I don't know if I'll be late to your stream tomorrow or not.
We're eating at 5.
Oh, then I should be plenty of
You
time.
should not be late to your
So I won't be late to your live stream.
Yeah. We talk a lot. We aren't just talk that long.
No, we're going out with Joyce's family. Speaking of, well, the thing is, Mick, yeah, he won 3 European titles, which was amazing. But, you know, up until 1990, Liverpool by far had won the most league trophies of any of the top teams. And then Liverpool went on a 30-year can't-win crap. And they had some teams that finished second. Brendan Rodgers had one team that finished second. Oh crap, now I can't think of his name before him. Won some trophies. They kept winning trophies, but they couldn't win the league. And that frustrates me, because to me, The Premier League is the most important trophy. I don't care about the European League. I don't care about the UEFA Champions League. I don't care about those trophies nearly as much as winning the Premier League. And even Jurgen Klopp, for as good a coach as he is, and all the trophies he's won since he's been at Liverpool, he's only won the league trophy once since he's been there. And personally,
that's very interesting there.
Personally, I'm ready to boot him out. I'm a little tired of Klopp. His shtick is worn out. Liverpool was awful this year, and he keeps signing more forwards when he needs defensive players and better midfielders than he signs. And he just keeps signing more forwards that he never plays, and then they get mad and leave. And I'm just tired of Klopp a bit, and I think it's time Liverpool and Klopp parted ways. That's my personal opinion. As great as he's been for Liverpool, I just think his shtick is worn out, and Liverpool just has tuned him out. I'm tired of watching us tie Burnley 1-1 or lose to Sheffield United because he can't motivate the team to beat up these teams that they have more talent on their bench than the other team has starting on the pitch. Hey, Mysterious Mechanic, welcome in. Well, Mick, I love to have, I had a lot of fun having goes, and Lee's a good guy for putting up with it, because Lee is a Everton fan, but Jackie, of course, is the smart one in the family. She's a Liverpool fan, so Lee's an Everton guy, but I do like to give it to the Everton fans a bit. But yeah, going to the, although I will say my trip to Liverpool is why I now hate Elton John. I was never a big Elton John fan, but now I hate him. And the reason I hate Elton John is the one day I can go to the club and Jackie, Lee, Joyce, and I go to Anfield Stadium there. We go to Anfield, and I pay for everything, and they say, oh, but you can't go onto the field today because they're setting up for an Elton John concert. The only time in my frickin' life I finally make it to Anfield, the stadium at Anfield, and I can't go stand on the pitch because frickin' Elton John's got to do a concert there. He can't do it somewhere else. He's got to do it at Anfield. Take your damn concert to a concert hall, not my football stadium. And there, that's my rant for today.
Jason, the mechanic.
The thing is, Mick, Liverpool has competed with the money they spend. The problem is they signed 8 forwards for 10, 20, 30 million pounds each, but 6 of them have to sit the bench, while their midfield is a bunch of old guys and injured guys, and they don't have any depth there. And then when a young guy starts to show promise, they put the guy out on loan to another team. Well, although I will say, as somebody who coached young soccer, the diving is getting bad at all levels.
Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, welcome in. That's the thing that kills major soccer for me, is the diving, especially all levels of men's soccer, including Olympic level, under 21s, the diving. The, oh my God, I'm hurt. The wind blew and knocked me over. The Neymar effect. And that's why, to be honest, I like watching women's soccer. Well, first of all, because the American women's soccer team is the best in the world and has won 4 World Cups, where the men's team can't even sniff the World Cup. The men's soccer team is so bad they won't let them into a room where the cup is standing. The U.S. men's soccer team. But the women's soccer team is awesome, but they don't die. Until those are the best. They're the best in Australia. They're the best in Australia. I'll give you that, Hardy. Except when the American team's down there, then they're still the second best. Maybe that just got a lot. 5 corners. There's that one. Probably the worst of the 4, but this is the 4 on the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's that one, and that one, and that one. I'm going to crank up the 101 just a little bit. And all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I can handle this, no problem. Beach volleyball. Meh.
Check out the cheerleaders. There you go, Artie.
We all do. Well, we as in
Yeah, I know.
people who find who enjoy seeing the cheerleaders. There are plenty of people.
Watching them there in front of me, but really,
No, I like watching the cheerleaders, especially the NFL cheerleaders. They're more exciting than the game. In a lot of ways. I sometimes window shop. Well, I don't window shop for. Yeah. Just stop now. Stop now. Oh, we haven't checked on the floor cam in a while. Let's go to the floor cam. Let's see. The Mallard. I took
they're
the
running.
last night. I took the Mallard and I took it kind of apart, not drastically apart,
Right.
but I cleaned it up, got all the little hairs,
Dusted
everything
out
off
a
of it,
little bit?
dusted it off, put some conductive fluid on the pickups and everything, and it went from being a pain in the butt runner when I was testing it earlier yesterday to when I finally said, that's it, why is this not running well, to it has been going for 2 hours now
Yeah.
without a derailment, without an uncoupling, without a stall. The Mallard is gone from being a POS to a happy little
Ooh,
camper
look at the
today.
Hornby. How about that?
Well, they're all Hornbys, but the Mallard, all my other Hornbys run well. Now, that includes the Eurostar, which kept uncoupling and derailing until I put it on Trix track. Since it moved to the German track, it's much happier.
Yep.
Probably because it's a Euro train and just didn't like that UK Hornby stuff or the American Bachmann stuff. But put it on the good German Continental stuff and it's running like a dream now. Even on that tight radius, that is a radius 2 it's on.
Yeah.
That is radius 2 and it's handling it like a dream. And now the Mallard's on the outside, which is radius 3, and it's going well.
Yeah.
And of course, that Class 800, the Azuma, runs beautifully, and the Beatles train runs really well too. That Class 73. The only thing wrong with the Class 73 is that it has no lights. It is as low budget. It is as low budget a locomotive. I mean, it's basically analog. Well, it is analog, completely analog. But even if you put a decoder in it, it wouldn't do anything because there's no lights. You'd have to, retrofit lights into it, which I know several people have done it. I know Alan did a video on it, and some other people have done videos on how to, screwdriver out the little bits and put in little LEDs for lights. But that's more than I want to take on. But that's why I have a bit of a negative attitude towards the UK train world. And the negative attitude is that UK trains, for what you get, are expensive. And I know UK guys are used to the prices being lower. But I got a locomotive and 2 trains, and it was 200 pounds, which is $240. Now, for $240, I've got a Taurus that has full decoder. Now, it didn't come with any cars. But it's got full decoder, 27 light and sound function, and it's a high-end quality train locomotive. And I paid the equivalent of $200 American but when the set came out, it was 200 pounds, which is 240 American dollars, for that Beatles train, and it was one locomotive and 2 cars. And for the quality of locomotive, I could have bought 2 Piko cars and a Piko analog and paid $120 and got just as good or better. So I hope I'm not offending my UK people. I just think you guys get ripped off a lot by Bachmann UK and Hornby UK, because I don't think you get as good a bang for buck as Americans and European train modelers do. You've got beautiful models, don't get me wrong, you got beautiful models, but in terms of what you get for the money you do spend on them, I think you get ripped off a bit.
I think the trains are putting me to sleep.
The trains are putting you to sleep?
Yeah. I didn't get a lot of
I'm
sleep last
watching them
night.
go round and round and round.
So Derek asks, what is your largest and smallest radius track?
Okay, on my layout, the biggest, let's see, do we have a good picture? What's the best one that shows? Let's go to the 11 lanes. Yeah, this one shows. All right, if you look at the track closest to the camera going back, closest to the camera and then heading back, it's radius 5, which is the widest radius Märklin makes, radius 5, radius 5, radius 4, radius 4, and radius 3. So, and then it's radius 2, or did I upgrade that to radius 3? That's radius 2 still. And then that inner loop where they run is radius 2, and I only run short trains on that.
Right.
So it's 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, and then it's 2, and then all the parking lanes are 2, which is the minimum radius for some of my trains.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that I would park or run on my layout, the minimum radius for running is 3, for parking is 2. So if I go to this camera, let's go back to this camera. All right, you see that parking area over there where all these trains. So this is radius 2, and then this, I believe, this is 2. And I think these are 3, 3, and 3 as well. 3, 3, 3, and 3. I changed those out to 3s now. But this is radius 2, and that's radius 2.
So
And
2 to
then-
5. So Derek, what is that in English? Inches.
Oh, let's
See.
go to the algorithm.
Is it really an inch?
Oh, let's know that. Let's go to the algorithm.
I mean,
So radius 5 is 643 millimeters, which is 64 centimeters, which is about 24 inches. Or maybe it's more than that. All right, 64 centimeters. I'd have to do the conversion now.
divided by 2.2?
2.5, 2.54.
So what is it? Get my calculator out.
All right, it is 640, 64.3 divided by 2.54. 25 inches. Damn, I'm good.
Already just said radius 4 is 24.
What?
Already said radius 4 is 24 inches.
Not on our system. Radius
Not on-
5 is 25. I don't know, you know, everybody's got their own, but yeah, radius 5 is just over 25 inches. Radius 4 is, well, let's go back to that algorithm. Where's my algorithm at? All right, Joyce, divide 579,
Yeah.
57.9,
I'll go back to it. 57.9,
divided by 2.54.
22.7.
22. So it's 25, 22. It's basically 3 inches down. 25, 22, 19, 16, and then radius 1 is 13 inches. because it's just over 2 feet. Radius 1, if you do a radius 1 curve, it does not quite fit on a 24-inch wide board. It's close.
That's 1 o'clock in the morning for you, Jackie.
So 25, so radius 5 is 25 inches, and that's the maximum. Roco or Piko, their track, I think they're supposed to be coming out with radius 6, or they have come out with radius 6, and I assume Märklin will follow. Yeah, because see, I listen to the Americans all the time, and I have no clue how it applies. I hear guys talk about 18-inch, 21-inch, 24-inch, but they're similar, but isn't there American 28-inch? And I'm not talking with FlexiTrack where you can make even wider curves, but just, you know, you guys that do HO00 Imperial style.
Very expensive for radius 6.
But I figured eventually,
No problem, Jackie.
I figured eventually Märklin would come out with radius 6. Bachmann make 32.5-inch radius. That's actually nice. I went with the widest radius I could get on these tables without it being one big loop. I wanted some straight in it.
Right.
But I also wanted them as wide as possible so I could handle the long rail jets and ICEs, 3 and 4 specifically.
Yep.
It's the one smart thing I did.
Yep. You did a few smart things.
Now, originally, all my interior, parking areas were radius 2, and I just said screw that, and I moved it up to radius 3, except for the innermost track. If you look at where that long blue one is running, you'll notice that that's a narrower curve. So really, it is now. This is radius 2. He's coming up to it right there. That is radius 2, and this is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Yep.
And then let's go to that
So
11.
you got a circle or radius 2C track. Huh.
And then it's 5, 5. Is this 5, 2? Did I do all of these outside as 5s? It might be 5, 5, 5, 4, 3.
Well, you gotta keep changing it there, baby.
Yeah, I keep changing my mind. I'm trying to remember because I started, but then I went through and changed it. And that's why I'm trying to remember. I think I went 5, 5, 5, 4, 3. I think it's 5, 5, 5, 4, 3 on the main run.
For 36 inches, Kyle. That's a big turnout.
Wow, your brass one needs 36 inches. Wow.
Yeah, because these radius 5s really are generous. They don't have any problem with them, of course.
Let's see. You need radius 2? I might be able, Raymond, I might be able to hook you up. I think I got a ton of spare radius 2. I've got a crap load of radius 1. But if you want radius 2 seed track, maybe email me and remind me. I could do it now. But no, I can't do it right now because I've got trains running in front of it. It'd be hard to get in there and check. But
Yeah.
I've got a ton of radius 2 that I don't use anymore. I've got a crap load of radius 1. Because any starter set you buy comes with radius 1. So I've got a crap load. Look, it's Joyce on camera. So I've got a ton.
He spaced them well, for sure.
Yeah, now the thing is, I did not use the official Märklin algorithm for how I spaced them. Basically, I was using my track, and then I always took my longest cars and ran them on each radius next to each other. So I took my railjet cars and anything that was long and 187 scale. I always took my longest cars, and when I laid the track, I laid them out so that they did not bump each other. Because you can't take just any
There's
car. It's always got to be your longest one.
Definitely a lot of testing going on as he made it. And a little bit of revision as something didn't work. Yeah, it's been checked and checked and checked and checked and checked.
Yeah, I mean, I am very pleased. If I have a derail, it's an individual track defect, or like if I didn't change out the wheels. Like with a lot of my Piko cars, I've gone back and changed out the wheels because the Piko cars on their DC don't handle the Märklin track well. And I buy a lot of Piko DC because I can put, hopefully everybody understands this, I can take, as long as they are not powered, as long as they're just general, nothing special in them cars, I can take DC wagons and coaches and put them on my track and run them. But you cannot buy a Märklin and put it on your track.
Indeed.
Because the Märklins aren't insulated. So what happens if you take a Märklin or a three-rail, a wagon, a coach, freight car, freight bed that is designed and says it's three-rail, if you put it on your DC or DCC layout, you know, your two-rail layout, it's like taking a piece of metal and laying it across two rails, because that's exactly what you're doing. Those wheels are not isolated from each other. DC are isolated, but that doesn't affect
This system.
running on
It
Märklin
powers
because the
differently.
power is in the middle rail. The power's in the middle rail.
Speaking of, did you tell them how we were getting to Getz from the airport?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I figured that would be a chat today.
Because I've got spare curve turnouts. I got a lot of Märklin track that I would love to get rid of. Certain curves, turnouts, radius 1 and radius 2 curves,
Because he's just not doing them.
because I just don't use them. Now, very few guys use radius 1 curves because you can't run you can't run the ICEs on radius 1 unless you run them really, really slow. But anything that's listed as true scale, you can't run on radius 1.
Coming again.
But anyhow, yeah, we are getting to Getz on an Avanti West Coast, right? Was it Avanti we bought? Well, we didn't buy. I accidentally bought for the wrong date, so I have to cancel them and do it. But we're coming in on an Avanti. Takes half an hour. It says it takes half an hour to go from London Paddington. Half an hour to go from London Paddington to Milton Keynes. 31 minutes. Some go 35 minutes, but still basically half an hour.
Yeah. You toyed with renting a car.
We toyed
For
with
a
renting a
while.
car because it's such a hassle to get from Heathrow into London, and I'm more concerned with getting back. Getting to Milton
Yeah.
Keynes is not an
We're
issue.
not a rush, yeah.
Because we're coming. We bought our plane tickets, we booked our hotel, and we're just looking at how to get there. But it's cheaper to take the train than to rent a car. But it's faster if we were to leave the airport in a rental car and go to Milton Keynes and come back. But it's also less hassle, because that's my problem, is we've got to get up early on Monday and get to London and then get out to Heathrow in time to catch our flight at 12:45. All right, well,
Raymond, to
if
send
you
you
go
an
onto
email?
my channel, Raymond, if you go onto my channel and get my email address, I mean, I really could just type it here. I'm not really worried about, I already get nasty emails, so.
People can find them.
But you can email me and remind me to look it up, because I'll talk about it here and then I might forget. I'm actually pretty good about not forgetting. Here. It's .net, right? When you
Yep.
use DEX?
Yep.
There.
Yeah.
That is one of my email addresses. But yeah, I'll see how much I have. Now, understand, most of it would be used, if not all of it would be used. But I have a bit But I've also got, Dino, you were talking about radius or turnouts. Are you talking just the standard turnouts, or do you want curved turnouts? Because I got a few of those, Dino. Plus, I got a couple of cars, Regio car, double-decker Regio cars I could send you. One probably needs a little work on its bogie, which is why I don't run it anymore. But maybe you could take and fiddle around. But I've got a Regio. I've got the Steuerwagen and one Regio car. And I've got the box, so I could just pop those in a box and a couple other things and just ship it out to you. Hang on, let me, this is now on my head. Let me get around you here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
It's almost 6 o'clock.
Is it already?
Yeah.
Oh, I've lost track of time.
5:58.
Ah,
Dino said a curved turnout.
okay. What is this? This is radius 3. Or is that radius 4? That's
Doesn't
radius
think
4.
that's the one you
I got
want.
a crap load of radius 4, which tells me that is radius 5 because I took all these out.
You took the 4 out. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you. All right, Nightly.
Oh, we taking up?
Yeah.
Don't leave you people. I'm trying to do something. That's radius 3.
Well, he's looking. Finding plenty of extra track.
Well, I don't have as much here as I thought I did.
Well, maybe not as much as you thought. He thought, Dino. I'm excited for a minute.
Huh. Oh, that's right.
Because you put them on
I've
your...
got a bunch of radius 2 still in there, and I've got some radius 2 in some other places.
Okay.
All right, almost done, almost done. Excuse me. Pardon. I should have 4 of these, and I can only find 2. I should have 4 of these, so I don't know.
Wow, what's the smell? of
I've
them?
got the long, narrow curves. Here, let me just go to here. In fact, since it's almost 6, it is 6 now. Let's
Yeah.
just, whoops. Let's let the train get off the curve there. Or not the curve, the incline. Oh, did I just turn the wrong one off? Yep.
Well, you have 3 of them on the incline right now, so...
Do I?
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
OBD. Alright, you can stop the ICE. Or not. You can stop the
I keep stopping the wrong one.
Alright. Well, he's halfway down.
I don't care if they're going down, it's going up.
Gotcha. So strain the engine?
Alright, you want to turn off the
Sure.
You want to turn off the Brits.
Wow!
You're ugly and you're not my type. Oh, I never turned his lights on. I didn't turn either of their lights on. Crazy me. Alright, so there we go. So let me go to the main camera here. We're running a little long here. My apologies. But, next is over. Here you go. I should have 4 of these. I don't know where my other 2 are. So I'll look for that. I've got these are the long, narrow turnouts. I should have 4 of these. I have, it should be 2 and 2. Oh, I just lost one of the switches on them. Okay, so I've got 2 going one way. It should be, actually it's 3 going one way and 2 going the
Alright,
other.
Dino says, why don't you just bring it to Getz so you don't have to ship it?
Hey, that's an idea.
That's a good plan, I think.
All right, but I've got 3 and 2. These are your curved turnouts. I got 3 and 2 of those. And then for Ray, Whoops. I have 3 R2s right now. And the reason I don't have more is because they're with my train. Although they should be in the bag with the train stuff. So I'll have to see if I have more somewhere. But I have 3 R2s right now. I'll have to find where the rest are. I know I've got more than 3. But life is chaos.
Indeed.
Oops. What was that just fell out? What the heck is that? Huh. Is that... Oh. Are one of these broken?
Anyway, you should look at it later.
I'll give them to him and he can mess with them. I mean, they'd be free, so, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyhow, yeah, that's what I got. All right. Well, Artie, we're getting ready to log off here because it is past 6 o'clock and Joyce is getting hangry. So, it was nice to have you all here again. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with us because we certainly enjoyed having you all here.
Yep.
So, on behalf of the missus, I'm going to say Auf Wiedersehen
Cheers.
and happy trains. Take care, everybody. Have
Bye.
a great rest of your weekend. Whoops, I'm sorry. I cut off your way.
Bye.
Hit the like button on your way out.
Please.